What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I am Wayno. If this is your first time here, if it's your second time here and you ain't do it the first time, make sure that you subscribe. Today we talking about this Kendrick verse on Chains and Whips from the Clipse album that's coming out in about 2.5 weeks. So the verse hits the net, and I'm gonna just go out and say this. People don't allow people to enjoy anything. Socially, anytime you say that you like something, you greet it immediately with somebody talking about what they don't like or how it doesn't compare to this or how it doesn't compare to that. Can we defeat it? Can we stop it? No, I ain't trying to stop nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to filter nothing, stop nothing, get in the way of nothing, be a block for nothing. I could tune things out. But I think it's just weird, extremely weird, how every time somebody says they appreciate something, somebody says, don't nobody care about that, or ain't nobody know that, or don't nobody want to know that, or ain't nobody listening to that. Evidently, your ass is here. So this verse comes out, it gets posted, and it's the conversation of it not being a leak, and it's part of a rollout. Of course, everything the Clipse is doing is a part of their rollout. It's been a long time since we've seen an actual rollout that people are caring about based on music, regardless to the context of the music. Regardless of it being, yo, well, he says something about Travis or Ace Trumpets, who has the better verse. Y'all still waiting for Yeezy. Hope y'all got y'all squeegees. It's music. Music is all subjective. Music is all open for interpretation. Music is art. If you look at something from a certain vantage point and you see it a certain way, and then I see it a different way, that's because we all have different tastes. You know what I'm saying? We all have different vantage points. How many times have you gotten a meal and you swore it was the greatest meal ever, and you asked one of your homies or your kids or your wife or your girl, yo, you like this? And they be like, nah, I drink trash. Because everybody is not going to like the same things. But the conversation that keeps going on social media, regardless of what happens, is that any support of any artist you like has to be anti the next artist. If you like a Kendrick verse and you say something about it, oh, evidently you gotta hate Drake. What are y'all talking about? All right, that's my rant. Let's go through this verse though. Let's go through this verse. So, you know, there was this whole, well, excuse me. It was a whole situation regarding the Clipse status on Def Jam, being that they had made this record a year ago or something. And when they made the record a year ago, the whole thing was about, yo, are they saying something about Boy? Are they saying something about him? Is it UMG? They scared, and I understand why they scared, because they like, yo, we going through it with Boy. So it's like, how is, are y'all dissing him? Because then it's going to be more grounds if we promote the album. Like, they acting on some scary shit. Regardless, whatever. But the verse, let's talk about pure just music. Let's talk about raps. I started saying, y'all know what I do with these verses, right? I take a verse. I don't care if it's early, late, whatever. We making it short. If you got a verse, one of your favorite verses, send them in, and I might consider it. Now I'm playing, but I do like to hear what people's favorite verses are. But the verse is out. Well, portion of it, because it cuts off at a certain point, but it starts off where he says, "I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't f with the kumbaya shit." Right? I mean, we've seen that. We've seen that, which I just think that in this day and age, that is the problem with everything, is everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be accepted or in a peer group, or have this FOMO shit of everybody feeling like if they not included, then they there's no way possible they can exist. Even down to the NBA. I ain't never seen so many friendly motherfuckers in the NBA, yo. So many people. Now, I get it. A lot of y'all play AAU together and all of that. But when competition arises, it's competition. Know what I mean? Styles P on Reservoir Dogs, he tells a whole story about how he was basically getting at Jay, and Jay kind of got at him when they did Reservoir Dogs, because they was coming home from a flight, and Jay wanted to get them on the album, and they wanted to go home, And Jay was like, nah, y'all need to come to the studio right now. So Styles P started off his verse, I don't give a fuck who you are, so fuck who you are. And I think that's the energy we need back in music. Kendrick is leading a charge of the West Coast, of just hip hop in general. People are excited. Now it's, but people been rapping. We talking about on a mainstream level. About on a mainstream level. The Clipse is not underground rappers. They never been underground rappers since day one. They came out with a hit, one of the greatest beats of all time in grinding. Pharrell's producing this whole shit. So there has to be some sort of precedent or standard that's set in order to make people excited about rapping. We not knocking the kids who don't want to rap. Y'all just stay over there. Y'all stay over there. All y'all niggas that don't want to, you sit your ass over in that corner with all your peers that say, I don't freestyle or I don't really care. Great. More room for the people that want to hear bars. Let's keep going through the verse. All that talent must be God sent. I sent your ass back to the cosmics. Right? Little deuce under the arm. Little deuce under the arm. Wow. You know what I mean? All right, cool. The things I see under my eyelids, kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. Takes me back to I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush with Jay. Because hip hop is not celebrated nor lifted how it used to be. Let's talk about hip hop for a second. Let's have a brief intermission of the episode and talk about hip hop and how glorious it was. And how rap stars and how we used to look at rap stars as something to aspire to be. Now, hold on when I say aspire to be, because y'all know when people start saying aspire, they start talking about people's lyrics, but they were saying this and they were saying that. Y'all go cry somewhere else. When we was listening to rap, when we was younger, yes, rappers said a lot of ridiculous stuff. We ain't gonna sit here and just jump over that. It's a lot of suspect bars. It's a lot of funny ass bars. It's a lot of what the hell was you thinking about when you made that bars? But everything wasn't meant to be taken literal. And like I said, 90% of the rappers that y'all think are gangsters, just good guys and girls. It's like a small percentage of the ones that's actually gangsters. But let's keep it going. How many Judases done let me down? But fuck it. The West Minds we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. Pusha mentioned that in the GQ. He mentioned that in the GQ magazine interview that he did, that he said that. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's some reflection right there. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Let's keep going through the bars, right? The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous. However you want it, I'll be the gentle kind. Gangsters and gentlemen connect. You know I love when I hear gangsters and gentlemen because that's Styles P's first album. Gentlemen and gangsters connect, The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Now, you see what I just said? About all them niggas who complain about, y'all niggas want me to rap like Kendrick, or y'all niggas want bars, and why do I have to rap? And if I'm at the XXL freestyle, why do I have to rap? Because rap is about rapping. Rap is about rapping. You don't want to rap? Don't be a rapper. Or if you don't want to rap, and you're a rapper and you're a certain type of rapper, just establish that off the rip. Hey, listen, I don't got the skill set for that. I don't got the skill set for that. I don't. Now, I'm about to say something, and some people are not going to agree with me when I say this, but y'all remember when Yachty first started getting popping? And Yachty, like, he went on a whole, like, tirade of, like, tweets when he had the issues with Funkmaster Flex, and he was like, y'all niggas want me to rap like this. I don't rap like this. I make hit records. Even with all that being said, when Yachty was 16 years old, I got the chance to be in the studio with Yachty many times. Yachty cares about rapping. Now, the reason why I'm saying that y'all might not agree with me is because I think Yachty is an above average rapper. Above average. I didn't call this nigga Jay-Z. I didn't call him Nas. I don't think he would call himself that either. I didn't call him Pac. I didn't call him Big. I didn't call him Kendrick. I didn't call him Nipsey. I ain't call him none of that. But Yachty does care about rapping. And I think that if some of y'all take some time and listen to what he be having to say, y'all would appreciate some of his raps. You know what I mean? Y'all might not get over his voice. I remember when the J. Cole song with him and J. Cole came out, everybody was complaining, yo, I just can't take this nigga's voice. So they went and listened to it. You know what I mean? But Yachty could rap. Sidebar. All right. But move niggas up out of here, this shit get gentrified. Yeah, that's what's happening. I think that the music business, while it is in this, everybody says it's in this weird place, it is because all of the labels are scared to sign shit because they done signed all of these artists through the blog era, through the SoundCloud era, through the TikTok now era, and they not seeing ROIs, returns on their investments, and they are terrified. So shit got to get gentrified. But let's go back to thinking about hip hop. We had rap stars. They had bars that wowed you. They had stuff that they said that made you think. They wanted to make you rewind, and they did it on their hit records. I think that, does everybody have to rap to some standard of Kendrick? No, you don't, because I think that Glorilla is a good rapper. I think she puts together good raps and good songs. Popping shit, you would think I went to school for chiropractic. That's a hard bar. He thought he wasn't going to have to stand on shit like he was handicapped. That's funny in a rhyme scheme, but I like how she puts it in the bars. All right, we keep going sidebar. I'm just trying to tell y'all how much I appreciate rap because this shit is fun to me. All right, let's keep it going. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's. I drop your Pentagon and show up at your gender reveal. And then tell them, and then tell them to give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general with my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis, let the sonics boom. And this is the part where people start saying, because you don't understand him, it don't mean that he nice. Just means he don't understand on the bullshit that he writes. Nah. This is a level of elevation. The same way when I was younger and I used to listen to Jay-Z and I didn't have no money. And he was talking about the Rob Report and Bentleys. And he was talking about Audemars and stuff. And I didn't have a watch. And he was talking about all these things. And it made me want to learn so I could understand. Sometimes when you don't understand something, just learn a bit so you can understand. All right, bet. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They said I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads. You must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. Ain't genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light, a year full of, and then it cuts. And then it cuts, 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 and then it cuts. But let's get back to the subject at hand. Because I hear y'all. Listen, we a family over here. We speak, we have dialogue. Sometimes y'all might get disrespectful. Every now and then I might throw some disrespect y'all way, but it's all in good fun because we here to have fun on this channel and talk about raps and debate and our loves and our passions for this music shit, this genre that is in our DNA, this genre that we love, this genre that like it lifts us up every day. And it's not no one man bigger than the program. This shit is a pyramid. And everybody in every era, whether that's the late 80s, the early 80s, you know, the Grandmaster Flashes, the Melly Mels and all of them, African Bambadas, all of those, you know, to the Public Enemies, the NWAs, the Rakims, you know what I'm saying? Because he said, have my profit should go to Rakim because people don't appreciate Rakim how they should. To the DMXs and the Wu-Tangs and the Onyx and the, you know, all these different artists, to the Master P's. Let's go to the South for a second, to the Master P's, to the Cash Moneys, to the C Murders, you feel me? Mystical, Mr. Servon, you feel me? Mia X, Gangsta Boo, 3-6, 8-Ball MJG, go out to Texas, you know what I'm saying? The Zeros, the Paul Walls, the Mike Jones, whether you think that they was the best rappers or not. Soulja Boy, yes, Soulja Boy. The Little B's, the Joe Buttons, the Fabs, the Locks, State Property, Dipset, feel me? Cannabis, LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Big, Pop, Outlaws, ASAP Rockies, Jaquan. Jaquan's song Tipsy got sampled. It was responsible for one of the biggest songs of the decade with Shabuzi. Playboy Cardi. You feel me? The whole ASAP mob, like I said. Kim, Foxy, Cardi, Nicki, the whole Good Music, Big Sean, all of Detroit. You know what I mean? Payroll Giovanni, Icewear Vezo. I be here all day. Chicago, and what they represent, what they brought to hip hop, it's a pyramid. Everybody get a chance to put a stone in this bitch. Everybody get a chance to put a stone in this bitch. And them stones represent everything I just said. That passion, that grit, that gangster shit, that nerd shit. Pharrell with the colors, Wayne. We've been critical of Wayne, but Wayne put a lot of stones in this bitch. You feel me? All these different people. Future, Thug, Gunna, yes. Baby, QC, Bad Boy, Death Row. All these, man, High Bridge, A Boogie, yes, Don Q, Jim Jones, everybody who's put they work in, man. Hip hop is our shit, man. And regardless to the rivalries within it, regardless to the personal opinions, regardless to the debates, this is our shit. This is our culture. Whenever somebody dropping, give them an ear. You cannot like them. Give them an ear. Shouts out to Vince Staples. I remember one time I asked Vince Staples about being regarded as one of the best, and he said that shit means nothing because we all come from the ghetto. And if this shit could do anything for us to get the hell out the ghetto or change our circumstances or our family circumstances and be able to do something legit, that's what it's all about. This is I Do It Myself. I am Wayno. Like I said, if you haven't, on the first, second, or third time of watching my videos, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.